Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Wait a minute. Oh, this is Minecraft better than adventure. Yeah, I hope somebody was like clicking on this like half asleep and then wait a minute, what did I click on? I hope so. If I got you, you have to like you have to check down. And that wasn't an accident, by the way. I'm not doing a Final Fantasy VII thing. I just thought it would be funny. Yeah. So I was thinking on what do I do for the design? And I thought of an idea. I'm just gonna first have to sketch out some stuff. 5. Like this, I would presume. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then... Hmm. 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 Okay, maybe this'll work. Because, yeah, I could do, like, 6... No, this will be what I'll be using. Okay. So let me just go and, Wait, what? How did I fuck this up? Because I did 4. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fuck. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get more dirt. Maybe I am sort of regretting not, yeah. Over here? No. No. I'll deal with it. Okay, let's first do this and then... Okay, so here's the plan. I'll have to leave some space over here. I'll just use scaffolding later. Okay, so here's the plan. First, we use stone. Then, I'll just encircle the entire thing with the stone. By the way, this is why I said there's not going to be enough stone. This will go up for a while, especially in this one. But I'm only going to be doing the, like, ground area for now. Because I want to set up the general shape, like the skeleton structure. Okay, that's fine. The skeleton structure and then everything else. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of like this, yeah, then I'll do this. And so these will be the big, this will basically be where the glass will go, so... That's... Oh, no. Oh, no. What do I do now? Well, I'll show you. See this boat I've left over here? This was left here specifically for one reason and one reason alone. Watch this. So we'll park the boat here, then I'll go up here. And now... I'll just extend only one of these, it's fine. I'll think of the rest later. And there's the part I wasn't looking forward to, because, it's a lot of building with stone, and I don't have Silk Touch. That's good, okay, and then... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There we go. So that's the idea. Now we'll have to... Okay, I won't even bother using the markers anymore. I'll just do it on the other ones. Just, like, without any marking. Well, I'll do the marking for, like, the, other... We'll do the big one last, because that one's gonna be the most painful. But yeah, glass will go in here. These will be the non-glass ones. Actually, maybe... Okay, you know, maybe it'd be better to have it like this. Yeah, I think that'd be better. Because we'd have even less light. But then maybe we want a different design where they're more common. If there's so few of them, you know? Maybe? Fuck. We'll see. No, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. So yeah, let's go over there and do that one. We don't have enough dirt, honestly. Fuck it, I'll go to shore and get some more dirt. Can I pass through this? Huh, yeah. Well, that's funny. Oh, look, it's a rainbow! Oh, it's already disappearing. That's gotta be a good indicator of some, like, good things happening, right? Or maybe it's Herobrine. Could always be. What's... He's gone now. Herobrine! I don't know. It's a funny thing. I've received notes that I spend a lot of time talking about video games. And some people don't get why. And I find it kind of funny. Because for so often, is that kind of argument where, like, let's just say because of the faults of gamers, gaming is seen as, like, a lesser art compared to, like, everything else, even if it, like, requires arguably more effort than... I mean, the standards are lower, to be clear, because, like, it's gaming, right? But arguably with video games, it takes more effort to get everything working together than, like, a movie, because with a game... You know, the whole point is that it's interactive. You can do whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but, like, you know, the more freedom you give to the player, the more you have to account for everything they'll be doing, and that requires stuff which, you know, a movie man doesn't need to care about. When they're making films, you know, they only need to draw, like, whatever scene... Like, they're gonna have to render out a scene and only show the camera angles that, are actually, you know, they're only gonna have to... Because the way it works is, like, first they plan out a scene, then they try to structure the camera angles and such. And every single time, it's done in a way where the camera angles and shit are, like, building the actual scene in a 3D whatever the fuck, that's done way later. And what that results in is basically, like, you know, they don't have to build out the whole scene. When you're making a video game, you don't know where the player will look. So you kind of have to, you know, plan out for that sort of stuff. Okay, over here, we're gonna run into a bit of a pickle. Rick. Because, okay, let's see. This is, 1183. And it goes all the way to, 1, 2, 3, 6. So, we have 54 blocks. And keep in mind, we have to basically have, like, 6 plus 1. So, like, 7, 7, 7 plus 1. Okay, well, let's first do this one, because I feel like it'll be simpler. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, why not? Sure, I'll do this. Because what other choice do I have, like... 4... 2... No, yeah, like this? Or maybe like this? And then... Just 4, 4, 4... Okay, I'll do it this... yeah, because, okay, here's the thing, right? It's 7... and then 1 extra. So it's gonna be 53 divided by 8, 9, 4, 5, 6. I feel like 53 is a prime number. Fuck. 53 is a prime. That's not good. I'm not gonna be able to do this equally. What if I do it every... What's a very clean one? By 9, which will mean every 5.8, so every 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that'll mean every 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it like 3 and then... Yeah, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah, that's fine. Nah, prime numbers, strike again. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, the central tower is gonna be taller than all of the other ones. Just keep that in mind. So, like, but the issue is, I don't want to say how tall these will be, because I haven't really thought of, like, how tall I would want the ceiling to be. I want it to be quite a bit taller than, like, what you would usually get in a build. Because having a feeling that is something, like, you know, having the ceiling be abnormally tall is gonna sort of give you the idea that a place kind of, you know, isn't meant for you. Which always adds to, like, an eerie sort of feel, you know? It's good. It's good for you. And, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like why that looks so kind of unnerving in a way sometimes. It's just like, whenever you build stuff in Minecraft, the more you kind of go away from a human-centric sort of feeling size, the sort of eerier it looks. Of course, like, it's Minecraft. Can't be that spooky, can it? But, you know, it's, still an attempt can be made, and that attempt can sometimes be genuinely successful. Will I be successful? I have not a clue. Now, you may be wondering, okay, but how am I going to get from one of these to the other one? I have not a clue. I think for now I'm just gonna have, like, dirt pillars going from... You know... I could make it underwater. Why didn't I think of this earlier? That's not a bad idea. Okay, so for now, I'm just gonna have, like, I'm gonna have, like, some kind of pipe go down. And, then I'll see. But for now, I'm just gonna do this, so I have a bit of an easier time, and obviously, collect my scaffolding. But yeah. Why didn't I think of that earlier? That's genius! But yeah. Well, very much like one of those sorts of things happening in Minecraft these days where you only play Minecraft when you have ideas and what to do. I feel like one of the best choices I've ever made in understanding what makes Minecraft fun. Because for so many years that I've played Minecraft, I often struggled, like, staying in one world. Until one point that I realized, wait a minute, I can just keep building. You know, I don't need to have a base, I can just build stuff. And the moment that I kind of, you know, worked on that, everything got a lot better. Like, in terms of my understanding of the game, it's just the way you're meant to play it, if I understand the game correctly. Regardless, we're not even halfway done, because that one's gonna take a while. So let's do this one instead. 5... Same exact situation, huh? Ah, fuck. Okay, well. Let's see how long this one is. 1, 2, 3, fucking... I won't even... Wait. I didn't take the measurements, which I really should. 72? No, I'm stupid. Minus 714. Minus 660? 53 again. So these two are the exact same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay, so... I mean, I could do this. Or what if I actually remove one from this one? And then it's like, you know... Yeah, like a bunch of 5s and then a 4. Maybe that'll work. You know, funny story, actually. One thing which is kind of entertaining to see online is, because there are, like, some circles of the internet that are very, sort of like, I think the term is bloodsporty, where they basically, one of their big goals is, like, finding well, targets they can, like, justify quote-unquote critique parentheses harassment against, and then doing so. I think I'll just leave a few more of the holes in the middle. I don't care, it's fine. And, what's funny is, a lot of these groups are, like, kind of really shitty to be in, because even if you are, like, a valued member, because keep in mind, a lot of these, like, I'm gonna call them groups, because they're not communities, they're just, like, groups of people with similar interests, and, I build that one off. Hold on. Like, it's very much like a self-cannibalizing sort of space, where people will very much, like, go after you if they see that you're, like, hurt in some way. Like, you know, like, you're bleeding out in the water. Well, that's a snack for me, baby. It's that sort of space. It's not a very... You know what? Sure, why not? I'll have an extra one in the middle. Or will I? Because what alternatives are there? Maybe I could go 2 long, then 1 short? But yeah, it's very much one of those kinds of places where it is kind of... On one hand, it is kind of sad. Yeah, I'll do 1, 2 empty... Sorry, 1, 2 short, and then the rest long. It's very much one of those spaces where people will kind of, you know, try to eat each other alive sometimes, and it's not fun to see, because, you know, kind of sad. Oh yeah, and then I'll have to do 4 in the middle? Wait, what did I do wrong here? Oh, that one's 1 extra. Oops. But yeah, it's funny in a sense. Well, it's sad, but it's funny in a sense because, like, it's a situation that's, like, very self-made. Like, you know, you chose this space, now you get to reap the quote-unquote rewards of it. And, it's definitely... I guess what's kind of alluring from an outsider's perspective, somebody like me, right? Somebody who would never, ever, ever want to be in that kind of space. It's very much, like, interesting just to watch, like, a completely different world. I remember there was this one... If you don't know who... So there was this old... now old idea that, like, we were at the end of history, you know? Fukuyama, blah, blah, blah. One thing which I find really interesting within the end of history, right? Even if, the history hasn't ended, it's very much still unfolding, sadly. I would love to live after history ended, and everything would be happy. Or everything would be dead, one of the two. But, assuming, you know, one thing which he said in the book was that, like, after history ends, people who would, or, you know, usually, have some kind of wider political goals that they would work towards in, you know, a previous society, a society where, you know, things were happening. When, like, nothing was happening on that sort of scale, people will start focusing more and more on personal stuff. You know, stuff which matters to them. And he was correct in that. Maybe not correct in a way that he wanted, or in a way that I would want, but he was, because as you've probably seen online, there are a lot of these spaces now, where people will talk about, like, interpersonal drama between YouTubers and streamers with the same severity of, like, actual, like, politics, you know? Except the thing being discussed, you know, isn't, except the thing being discussed isn't, the fucking government trying to, genocide a minority or whatever, which is happening. But, it's like, can you believe that this guy considered himself a paragon of progressiveness? But if you check in this one 2007 Modern Warfare 2 lobby clip that's still on his channel, he calls someone the F slur. I wonder how his boyfriend feels about, it's very much mostly manufactured bullshit to the point where actually bad actors can get off with relatively little criticism, because why would I, it's the boy who cried wolf. Instead it's like, oh, the boy who cried problematic, where whenever you see one of those videos saying that some creator was like evil, it's like, okay, is this being made by a chud? And then like the evil quote unquote is them mad at somebody for like not being, is this like just, them pretending it's about whatever the fuck, but in reality they're hating on somebody for their identity? Or very quickly it all devolves into me not trusting the video, and my reasons for not trusting the video oftentimes being proven correct. But hey, it is what it is, that's the consequence of these kinds of creators. And thanks to how that space works, you can't weed them out, because that would require doing stuff which would then make you a target. And it's whatever. It really is just whatever. And there's not much you can really do about it. So it's 38 left, divided by 4, 3, 6, 5. Let's do the old-fashioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it is what it is, I know, like, I talk about this sort of, like, random internet stuff very much in a, like, I very much sort of shrouded in maybe a little bit of, I don't want to, like, something is wrong here. Something is wrong here. Yes, it is! Hold on. Over here, 3, 3, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3. What? So it's 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4. And all of this is fine, except over here. No, this one's correct. Well, however incorrectly I built that one, it cancelled itself out. Okay. By the way, that is the whole point of the creative mode. It's so I can not waste 50 years. But yeah, it's very much one of those sorts of things where, like, I myself... Okay, this is the middle. I myself am not, obviously, like, not a fan of those spaces, and I'm obviously not gonna go there. But I've seen a lot of people who end up going to those kinds of spaces that have, like, a very sort of warped sense of what's... Well, for one, what's okay and what's not okay. But also, like, it kind of just fosters, a lot of stupid shit, to be completely honest with you. And while it is funny to sometimes see, like, people who go to those spaces then try to interact with normal spaces and make an ass out of themselves, a lot of the time, like, they make an ass out of themselves, but they still end up, like, you know, being a dick, or, like, hurting someone or whatever, and it's still, like, you know, gross, sort of. Not physically hurting, but you know what I mean. And it's, you know, it's why you should avoid the spaces, right? Like, let the spaces sort of, you know, fizzle out. That's the only way you can really do it. I mean, it's funny, but you know, like, those, how there was, like, a point in time when YouTube was full of, like, reply girl channels, where they would just, like, reply to, popular videos? People say that a big reason why those creators fell apart was, because of YouTube. That is true. But a huge part of it is also that fuck it, I'll just do fives again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I did 6 of them. A huge... Wait, did I do it on the... Yeah, fuck. Now I understand why it makes no sense. Fuck. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more. But yeah, it's very much one of those things where, whenever, like, YouTube, a lot of, like, especially in, like, the drama sort of, like, Bloodsporty sphere, right? A lot of the creators are only there because of the views, because of the money. I've watched videos where, like, Doug Viper had a really interesting video on this, where he was basically explaining how, like, these guys are gonna be, like, they make a video on why someone's a bad person, and then, like, you watch the video, and it's like, dude, can you believe how much money this video is making for me? But dude, what about the thing, you know, you made the video about? What? So like, oh yeah, but dude, look at all the views. You know, it's very much that sort of ordeal. I see. I made this one too long. Okay. And like, say what you want to say about a lot of sides of YouTube. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is always okay. So let's do the thing I did before. I'll do it like this time, so I can kind of, you know. So I'll do 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 4. Yeah. It's very much one of those things where, I mean, you watch it happen, and it happens, but, like, oftentimes, you know, especially if you're a YouTuber yourself, it's just not worth engaging, because, like, there's nothing to win, and everything to lose. Because it's one of those spaces where, like, the best thing that could happen to you is that, like, nobody then knows you exist. Because it's kind of like, you know, the meme of, like, the, you know, those who have nothing to hide have nothing to fear, that sort of joke, where it's like, you know, they will find some, you know, the government doesn't need to, like, mass surveil you to arrest you for, like, you know, super secret crimes, right? Like, the point isn't to criminalize, whenever you see, like, mass surveillance discussed, right? the goal of that kind of surveillance isn't in order to like prosecute you the moment you know talk in your own home about how the government sucks or whatever, right? That's a little bit too 1984, you know. The goal has always been of any kind of mass surveillance tech, and this is kind of where a lot of the internet, you know, the internet never forgets, that sort of stuff, right? It's always been in the direction of, we will find out if you did something, you know, we're going to indict you, not on, you know, you breaking a law that isn't even a law. No, if we don't like you, we're going to, you know, find you had like 12 parking violations in the last 20 years, and we're gonna find all the times you crossed over, like, you know, the red light as a pedestrian. You know, it's just gonna, like, be a bunch of random small shit they'll get you on, and that's the whole point. That's the way, you know, authoritarianism works. It doesn't actually... You know, it's, the difference between, I guess you could say, hard and soft authoritarianism, where the hard one is the one which we imagine, right? Where it's like, you know, a big man with big stick, with big hammer and sickle. Oh, you dare criticize the glorious leader, you go to prison for 50,000 years. No, that's not how it works. And in real life, you don't go to prison for criticizing the glorious leader. You go to prison for trying to tell people not to, you know, for trying to hamper the corporations that sponsor the great leader. Why do you think that the governments in, like, Western countries always arrest climate protesters and oftentimes, you know, anti-war people? Who do you think has the money? Well, the petrochemical companies and the military manufacturers. Obviously, they're the ones who don't want public opinion to sway against them. It's remarkably simple. It is kind of... Okay, there is something to be said. I've been thinking about this for a while, right? But there is something to be said about how, like, in most conspiracy theories, to be clear, a lot of conspiracy theories have ties to a lot of, like, big companies trying to basically, you know... something that's kind of interesting is how the idea that a bunch of, you know, that a bunch of rich people trying to destroy the world is a conspiracy, when it's been happening. But, you know, it's the most conspiratorial thing that I'll ever say is that the very idea that, you know, a bunch of rich people, you know, conspiring together to destroy the world is a conspiracy, that itself was conspired as, like, the ultimate plan. Because, if you, like, convince a bunch of people that they can't trust science, because that is why, like, climate denialism was on the rise, right? Is because petrochemical companies kept paying off people to, like, lie on their behalf, and they were knowingly lying, and the goal of all of that was obviously to try to convince people that, you know, reality isn't real, do not trust your eyes, blah blah blah, you know, all the other shit that you would say, wow, that's just like in that book I've never read. And it's all always done by big corporations to protect capital interest every single time, blah blah blah. But going back to what I was gonna explain earlier, a big sort of thing with, you know, online spaces is the whole, you know, people will never forget. And it's kind of funny, because it has a very weird effect, where people started not to care. Like, there was a point in time when you could actually get cancelled online and have it, like, collapse your life as, like, a creator, right? Onision is like, if that name made you whiplash and, like, slam your head on the floor just now, like, you know, you just, all the things are just flashing back from the past, like that scene in like that scene in Evangelion. Fucking, if that's something which you've yeah. So back in the day, Onision did a lot of stuff that's, like, really bad, and I don't want to talk about it here, because my memory is really cloudy. All I know is that it was awful. And a bunch of people made videos talking about how bad it was. And I think he got a bunch of his channels banned, something like that. But he was nuked off the internet, and he sometimes reappears as like an enigma before getting, you know, no traction again. Because the moment you look up anything regarding him, oops, all the bad stuff shows up. And that's kind of where things sort of sit. But these days, you can't really cancel people because, well, for one, everybody, and this is like the whole cancellation thing, right? If somebody is genuinely a horrible person and already has an audience, well, that means that their audience is fine with whatever you could possibly say about them. And if somebody, like, maybe, you know, there's a rare chance that is somebody is, you know, there's a rare chance that there's actually some allegations which can sometimes actually, like, nuke someone. Like, but I'm talking cancellation from, you know, the other sort of sense, right? But if there's sometimes you can run into situations where, I mean, I guess there was that one, like, person who made videos regarding FNAF, and then they got outed for, I think there was some, there was multiple? I don't know. I don't follow FNAF. Okay, there were cases, right? But most of those cases are, like, small fucking fish compared to a lot of the other stuff. So yeah, anyway, this is gonna be where the underground section begins, by the way, so I'm just preparing for next episode. And with that, I'll see you next time when we, better more adventures. Bye-bye.